Bang, bang! What's going on, guys? Tuning in another exciting edition of the main event on Talkin Hands. So, I'm your host, Preston, joined by my co-host, Mr. Danny Betts. We're to break down this weekend's exciting heavyweight title fight as Oleksandr Usyk takes on Tyson Fury, long awaited, and should be a great one. But as always, before we get into this week's fight, we love to recap the fight that was, and the fight that was a beautiful fight for us here on the main event on Talkin Hands, as Vasily Lomachenko gets George Kambosos out of there, round 11, TKO. Danny, thoughts on Lomachenko's performance? Where does he go from here? Saw Tank Davis was calling him out. Saw Shakur Stevenson was bubbling up there and saying some stuff. Your thoughts on the fight as a whole and the future for Mr. Lomachenko?
Performance, man. A great performance by Lomachenko. Shout out to the new member. Love the name. It's just hilarious. Shout out to Big Show.
That was kind of a big show.
Lomo, that fight went exactly how I thought, man. I thought we were gonna see some glimpses from back in the day from Lomo back in the day, making people quit and piecing them up. It was just a bad matchup with Kambosos. In my eyes, Kambosos did not win any rounds. In my opinion, Braham Albi, shout out to you, man. I loved it because I got to cash some big tickets in that one. 7-12, 9-12. It's this close on round 10, man. It was around 11, but yeah, that body shot at the end, round 11 pieced him up. He was bruised up, bloody up. And then he went to the corner, and Loma attacked him again, and then doing the towel, and it was over, man. Lomachenko was on point. And what I loved about this, if you notice, from round one, he was pressuring him. He didn't start slow. We were talking about how he started slow in a couple of these close fights. And this time, and that's why I was thinking about, too. I'm like, dude, there's no way he's going to let this title or whatever slip away. Like, you're in Australia. You don't want to get robbed. You saw Maxie Hughes get robbed. You've been in some close fights that could have went your way. Shout out to Winner Circle in the chat. And he did, what he was supposed to do. He pieced up Kambosos that was not on his level. And I mean, he fucked him up at the end, bro. And I would love to see that fight with Tank or Shakur Stevenson for Loma. That would be a great fight either way.
Yeah, completely agreed. Like Dan said, shout out Winner Circle, Brahma B, Big Show, and a new member, Trash Channel, who does not love trash. I'll be honest, Lomachenko, I think it was round 4 or 5. He hit him pretty good to the body. Yeah. And right there, Kambosos winced, stepped back and winced. I was like, oh, man, this could end soon. And I got a little worried, but once he really started putting the pressure on, it was curtains. His face was really marked up.
It was bad.
Yeah, Kambosos' face was really marked up, almost to the point where I thought the corner might step in. And I don't know if the broadcast was really doing a good job with the corner work, because they weren't on site. So they didn't really show much in between rounds, but I would assume Kambosos' people were saying, hey, show us something, because we're not going to let this continue. And Lomachenko did the job. Just a very, very great performance, and arguably one of the most talented boxers in the world right now. So made all the sense in the world for Lomachenko and not wait for Kambosos to win that fight, which we touched on last week. It's just
700 was a gift, bro. I told you, we were saying it. There's no way Kambosos wins this fight unless it's a robbery or some shit.
Yeah, it's not being mean or really to discredit, because I saw everyone's favorite boxer Ryan Garcia is getting into it with George Kambosos, who isn't he getting into it with? But he said basically the same thing that we all said. So fantastic performance for Lomachenko. Hopefully we see a huge fight now, because we touched on it really last couple weeks. I thought he beat Haney, and he did get the decision. But he's right up there. He's right up there, top line, and he has a belt now. So great performance by Lomachenko. Shout out Juan Chavez in the chat. That being said, we go on to this week's main event. This is I was going to say fight of the year. We kind of lost our fight of the year, Better Be versus Bivol, for 2 weeks. So right now, this is our current fight of the year. Current odds in our favorite book, mybookie.ag.
The mic's acting up again, P.
Mybookie.ag is the huge promo code of sports and credit debit percentage. $1,000.
We can't hear you still.
Uh,
I personally think this is the fight of the year so far, but this is huge in my opinion.
yeah.
You're good now.
Okay, perfect. Yeah, I agree. This is the biggest fight. Current odds, even money, basically. So go ahead, Danny. Let's just start off.
No, like I was saying, like this fight, like even with the better BF and Bivol, don't get me wrong, I think these are like pretty much tied. But people are gonna love heavyweights more, which I love heavyweights too. But it's like the background on, bro, it's 25 plus years. I remember when Lennox Lewis fought, for Undisputed. That was the last time you got Undisputed heavyweight fight. And here we are. We get it again. Shout out to Let's Dance in the chat. Man, how can I start with this one? We all know Tyson Fury. Everybody was down on him with the fight with Ngannou and things like that. We saw some great fights against Wilder, the three trilogy fights. A huge guy, 6'8", 6'9",
Yeah.
big heavyweight, but he's agile. He can move for his size. Good jab, good combinations. The thing with him, man, the reason why he beat Wilder is that he's tough as fuck. Like the guy, he's been knocked down 7 times in his career. Like Wilder hit him with the kitchen sink. Like we know Wilder can punch, bro. Like he's got power, and the guy just came back up like Undertaker. And I always say this, like when you do that, when you take somebody's best punch and you keep, you get back up and you keep going forward. That's mental right there, bro. He literally broke Wilder's spirit and mentality after that, and he won those fights. Should have won the first one. I mean, that's my opinion. I thought he won the first fight, but it is what it is. And we saw some other fights when he fought Chisora and people like that. And here, Usyk, man, the best cruiserweight to ever do it so far. Dude was undisputed in cruiserweight. Great cruiserweight. Then moved up to heavyweight. He's been killing it, bro. He's won all the belts he's won in heavyweight. He's went to other people's hometown and took their belts. Like we seen him beat Anthony Joshua not once but twice. And even though Anthony Joshua made some adjustments in the second fight, which he did have some success, I didn't think it was a split. I still thought Usyk won pretty clearly, but Joshua did have more success in the first fight. And that was huge, man. And I remember that fight because Joshua was so pissed off. Like afterwards, it was more that he was frustrated. Like, damn, I can't beat this guy. He left the ring, like making a show and crying about it or whatever. And that's the thing with Usyk, man. He's a southpaw that has great footwork, great cardio, just high IQ, good footwork. And the thing with him, though, he goes all 12 rounds, bro. Like, and one thing I noticed, I was watching those fights again, like if Joshua had any little success that Joshua was having, he's like, okay, I'm going to up it. So he will up it the second half of that round and then the next round. And I think that's where he frustrates people. The dude's IQ is crazy. His movement, this is what's tricky about him. He does not stop moving, footwork-wise and upper body-wise. So it's hard to time him. It's hard to find his range, find his punches. He throws combinations. He throws a lot of volume. I think he's number 1 or number 2 when it comes to throwing the jab per round. Just overall volume in the heavyweights, he's up there, like top 2. Fury's going to have a hard time. For me, if Fury wins this fight, he's going to bully him. Yeah. Try to bully him, close the distance, try to get him to the corner against the ropes and things like that, which he was doing with Wilder sometimes. And I don't know if you guys noticed, but he's in great shape. Don't get me wrong. Fury's in great shape, but he's slimmed down a lot. And for me, I don't like that, bro. Maybe it's better for his cardio, but I would think his cardio was still good. Like even if you want to trim down a little bit, use that weight, that advantage you got over this guy, and try to bully him. Don't let him get in his range and pick you apart, because that's what's gonna happen here. But if I had to pick, I gotta go with Usyk, man. I've been waiting for this matchup for a while. It's just, dude, this guy is a better minute winner. He's like a puzzle that's hard to fucking figure out, and then by the time you almost figure it out, it's too late. Or it's like you're doing a puzzle, and my 4-year-old comes out of nowhere when I'm almost done figuring it out, and he goes like this, whap! He just wipes it off the table. That's how it is fighting with Usyk. You're like, oh, I think I got him. Joshua's like, oh, I'm having success. Bop! Hurts him in the ninth round. Hurts him in the 10th. And Usyk is picking him apart later on. I have not seen Usyk lose a 9th, 10th, 11th, or 12th round. And this is a championship fight for undisputed, and I got to take Usyk, and Ukraine's going to be going crazy because you're going to have 2 champions in 2 weeks in a row. I got to go with Usyk. Fury, I think another thing, too, that people are not talking about. All I hear is about all the body shots with Usyk. Mm-hmm. When was the last time you see him fucking drop? That was a low blow against Dubois. The only time he's ever been dropped by a body shot was in the amateurs against Beterbiev, which he had great success against Beterbiev. We know Beterbiev is a crazy power puncher. And if you do that being that tall with Fury, you better be careful, because that's going to be a disadvantage, because he's going to be lunging in and he's going to get countered. And another thing is that Fury got that cut that they had to reschedule this fight. And It's on the right side. I could tell you, I got that same cut. It's right above the eye. It takes months and months for that skin to really, really heal. It's only been 3 months. And you're telling me that thing's not going to open up again after a bunch of left hands, which is Usyk's best punch because he's a southpaw, and that's on the right side. Like, I guarantee you that cut is going to get open. He's going to get hurt. He's going to get dropped. And don't be surprised if we see a late stoppage here, man. Don't be surprised. Usyk gets it done later on. He almost had Joshua twice in both those fights. I think he could get Fury out of there, drop him. He's been dropped 7 times, and then get like a TKO because of the cut, bloody mess, taking too much punishment. But most likely it's going to be a 8-4 decision. But don't be surprised if it's a late stoppage for Usyk.
Yeah, I mean, we kind of know how, like, I go by with, like, the boxing and boxers, and Usyk's right there. I'm not saying it's a gift, obviously, because Tyson Fury really hasn't lost a fight ever, right? He had the draw.
Yeah, pretty much, yeah.
But, I think Usyk's the best boxer at heavyweight, so I think Usyk's going to win the fight. I agree. The argument with Fury is what you said earlier. He's got to smother him. He's got to take him to the corner. The movement for Usyk is going to be just crazy. And the good thing for Usyk, Joshua's gotten even better, and Usyk handled Joshua, kind of what you were saying, pretty good. It wasn't like that close of a fight. Mm-hmm. And, Usyk's, it's just his movement, his jab. Dubois had a little success in the mid rounds, and then Usyk put it on him, drops him. It's a tough fight for Fury because Fury beat Wilder because Wilder was just swinging and just couldn't take those hit punches. He was just getting fucking hammered left and right to the point where they should have stopped the fight prior. Dirty Rag. We had Cab's in the building. Dirty Rag.
Dirty
Usyk
Rag.
beating Joshua twice as real. I'll give him that. Yeah, that's the one argument. I'm very curious to see how they look on weigh-in day. The size difference. Is it going to be like that crazy?
I always say tall man defense, bro. Everybody loves. I don't know what it is with guys that fall in love with like being so tall, bro. And we've been seeing these guys fall like fucking bricks. These tall dudes that. It's helped him. It's just a bad match in my eyes because he's fought, like you said, he's look at the guys he's fought: Chisora, Wilder, and Ngannou. Guys that are flat-footed, that are power punches that don't have movement or anything at all. Like This guy has not fought a box. When's the last time he ever fought somebody close as Usyk boxing wise?
Well, and he almost lost. Was that Otto Vala?
Otto and the last and that was the last southpaw he fought.
Yeah.
And if you saw the other two fights before that with the other southpaw, one was trash. I think he's got like 20 something losses, and he went the distance with that guy. Like the only two southpaws that he's knocked out was like the first fights in his career, which were bums or whatever. I think he's gonna have issues, man. And he even admitted it. If you look in the interview way back in the day, he has trouble with smaller guys, and he didn't say southpaw, but obviously he does if you do the tape study. And that's just that. We're not talking about the footwork, the movement, the IQ, the setting the traps. I mean, I gotta go Usyk, man. Unless some crazy, we get robbed or some bullshit happens.
Yeah, and I'll even say, Dirty Red kind of put it in the chat there. I did think he beat Ngannou, but that's his last performance, and that was horrible. Like he did not look like Tyson Fury at all. He let Ngannou get off on him, and granted, he didn't train.
Yeah, I try not to. Yeah, I try not to go too crazy with that performance because we know like he did not give a shit about that fight. He thought he was just gonna go in there and get a knockout.
Stupid amount. Yeah. Matt W says he's putting the house on Fury again. This is a pick'em, so it's not.
Don't put your house on it, bro, because I don't want you to lose your house. You know what I'm saying? And then you blame me for not picking Usyk.
I will say, like pick-up type fights.
There's
yeah.
Look what happened with the Spence and Crawford fight.
Yeah.
A lot of these close ass fights, like in a way, I mean, it is what Tank. Like they might be close in odds, but somebody's gonna be way better than the other, and it's gonna show. And hopefully, we see the better BF and Bivol because I want to see that for sure. But I think it's Usyk, bro. I mean, real quick, Pete. I might be wrong, but what did you switch up your mind at first, or were you picking Fury, or were you gonna go with Usyk from the get go? Because I know.
No, pretty much. Yeah, pretty much Usyk. Yeah, I just felt like Usyk because I had him actually against Joshua both fights, and the first Joshua fight he was an underdog. He's like plus 200.
Yeah, dude.
And I just thought, kind of what we've talked about it pretty much every stream. When it comes to boxing, like that's where it's different than MMA. Unless you have that devastating knockout power, the boxer's going to win the minutes, the rounds, like everything. And we see it damn near every week.
Yeah.
Occasionally it doesn't always happen. Like, but because like the Garcia Haney's probably the last one. Haney's probably the better boxer. But Garcia just has those moments in the fight where he was undeniable that night.
Well, there was a little bit more. Like he doesn't have power, and his chin was suspect.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. So that's why I've been saying Subil Matias would kill those dudes. But
he's got that big fight coming up in June.
Yeah. Bro, that's the same day as Tank Davis. That day's gonna be lit.
Yeah,
June 15th. Shout out to Mushroom. Everybody in the chat. Yes, sir. 7-12 for Loma, man. That was a great hit.
Yeah, shout out Mushroom in the chat. Shout out you sillies as well with the Loma shout there. And yeah, I'm just not going against Oleksandr Usyk. I just think he's the minute winner, and then the minute winner is going to be the round winner. He's going to bank the rounds. Fury, the best performance Fury had was, I want to say it was the third Wild, or was it the second? I think it was the second Wilder fight. That was the best he looked, but Wilder looked bad. That night.
Really bad. Another thing is people forget, like Usyk weighs more than Wilder, bro. Like Wilder is a stick. I mean, he's tall, but like they always say about the size. Like I'm like everybody he's fought is bigger than him. And what happened with Joshua? I mean, dude's a tank. I mean, we'll see, man. And I'll say this: I see a lot of holding from Fury, bro.
Yeah,
So,
that's how the fight.
He's gonna hold the shit out of his ass.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
To the point that even the fans are gonna be like, "Bro, what are you doing?"
Yeah. Yeah, because he's gonna get annoyed because he's gonna get jabbed.
Yep. He's gonna frustrate him, bro.
Yeah.
He might even headbutt him like his dad.
Yeah, I saw that. Yeah.
No, I'm dead serious because we get the, maybe not on purpose, but Southpaw and Orthodox, it happens all the time. Like, just because there's an open stance and, the forehead's right there, I can definitely see somebody, clipping their head, which might open up that cut too.
Yeah, obviously, I can see a lot of getting in there and just doing a lot of rabbit punches.
Yeah, that's exactly. Back of the head, and Usyk's like, "What the hell's wrong with you?"
And then the ref just lets it play on, and it's just like, this is bullshit. Like, what is this? Because in distance, in the center of the ring, Usyk should be winning the rounds, like, pretty clearly to me. Fury just looked good. Like, he looks good when the opponent isn't fighting back, when he's the aggressor, when he's putting it on him. Then he's,
and low volume too.
Yeah. Because that's when he starts showboating. When the fights get tough, he's in the corner like,
Who? Tell me this: who was the last guy that Fury fought that threw actually volume? I'll wait.
Yeah, I mean, the only guy is that Otto Vollen fight.
Exactly, and that was how long ago?
5 years ago. Yeah, like Dylan White, he sucks. Tesora's horrible.
Wilder 3 times, and this is another thing I always say. When it comes to the whole size thing, it's easier to prepare yourself and to go to camp to prepare for the size difference and things like that. One thing that takes years is skills. We're talking about fucking Usyk, undisputed cruiserweight, Olympian, with great footwork, southpaw. Like, it's hard to prepare for one camp for a guy like that. You know what I'm saying? After fighting like Wilder 3 times in a row, the same guy, like Wilder was just gonna do the same shit. Like, it's not the same thing. Like, it's so much easier, especially if you're already fighting bigger guys your whole career, whole career heavyweight at least.
Yeah.
For Usyk, so we'll see. Hopefully it's a great fight though. I don't expect this to be a bummer. Like, I really think this is gonna be a good performance.
Yeah, no, I mean, they are right now the 2 best heavyweights in the world, like, pretty clearly. Brahma B says Vladimir Klitschko. Klitschko was like a decade ago.
That's the only thing. He was retired, That was just name-wise, you know what I'm saying? I was to get him. That's when people started really believing in Fury. Dirty Rick saying Ngannou beat Fury to me that night, and then AJ killed him pretty much. Yeah, that's that boxing math. I mean, like I was saying, when we did that breakdown there, that was key for me because I'm like, okay, now Joshua has tape on Francis Ngannou. Like, nobody knew what the hell Ngannou was gonna do against Fury because nobody ever saw him in the boxing ring. So I don't really go too crazy about that, like, boxing math. But yeah, but still, it lets you know that Fury wasn't taking him serious.
Yeah, and that was his last fight. So, I'm right there with you. I would not get cute. Like I said, it's a pick 'em. Just go with who you like. You don't have to get too crazy with it. So I am in agreement there. Give me Oleksandr Usyk to win the fight, and then we're going to get a rematch. Apparently, whoever wins. So,
maybe.
Danny, do you have any thoughts on the undercard? The big co-main event is Breedis versus Apatea. He's minus 700.
Let's dance. Hopefully, bro. Hopefully. Yeah, but real quick, I really like Apatea. Apatea, like we were talking about, best cruiserweight ever, and Usyk. I think Apatea can definitely get up there. He's having a rematch with Brendis. I think that's how you say his name. And that dude's a legend too. One of the best cruiserweights too also. And that's what really made Usyk, his name, go up in value because he beat him, And Opetaia beat him in the first fight too by decision. What was crazy was Opetaia broke his jaw in the second round in that fight, and he went the distance with this. And this dude is durable. Like, he's never been knocked down. Brandy's never been knocked down, knocked out, or anything. And he hurt him in the first half of that fight multiple times with a broken jaw. The second half, he had to tone it down a little bit, because Brandy's, didn't fuck off. But if he was healthy, if he didn't have that broken jaw, I think he would have really, closed the show. And now, he's got a couple more fights in him, more experience. And he even said in his interview, which you could tell if you watch that fight, he said, I wasn't really trying to get the knockout in that fight because I respected him. I knew he had power and he is dangerous, so I was trying to outbox him. And he still hurt the guy. So now with that killer instinct that he has, healthy, no broken jaw, Brandeis is coming back from that fight, which was 2 years ago, and he's 39 years old.
Yeah.
I think Opetaia could get him out of there late. I just took KO just because he hurt him a couple times in the first half. It's minus 138. I think Opetaia is going to show off here, man. And it's going to be a statement because this guy is legit, one of the better guys in the cruiserweight. Like I said, it's fought Usyk. He was a champion. First guy to knock him out, man. And this big card, and this is another southpaw. These guys are just horrible. And I'm not being biased because I'm a southpaw, but it's just the style. Like, not only a southpaw that has good footwork and got range, has power, that could jab, that could do everything. I think he gets him out here in the second half of the fight. So, but I'm taking KO.
Yeah, I'm not going to argue with you there. They've been really pumping him up too on the Saudi Arabia cards.
Yeah, he's a beast, man.
He's been fighting quite frequently. So, yeah, no disagreement from me there. The other fights, I don't really have much on. Frank Sanchez is returning. I know him. Yeah,
that one I'm interested in too. I gotta dig in a little bit more, but I might be betting the underdog in that one, a jit. But we'll see. We'll see.
Yeah, and then we have another card, which the odds, I think, just came out today, and there's only odds for the main event. I feel like this guy fights every other month. Emmanuel Navarrete. This guy's fighting 7-8 times a year, just getting paid as much money as he can. Emmanuel Navarrete returns top rank, fighting Bernacek. Navarrete, rightful favorite, minus 600. Any thoughts, Danny, on the Navarrete fight? Hopefully this fight goes off late, so then maybe we could catch that after the Usyk-Fury fight, considering the Usyk-Fury fight is Saudi Arabia.
Yeah, they said the ring walks is around right before 6 for the Usyk and Fury fight. And that main event, Navarrete is not going to fight till 10:30, 11.
Yeah.
So we should be good. Like I said, I'll be in Puerto Rico. I was telling P. Hopefully I don't have a delay because I have one stop. And I get there around 2:30 Eastern. So by the time I get the car, drive to my grandma's house, an hour away almost, should be 4, plenty of time, by 6. So either way, I'm gonna be on my phone like this, driving, and it don't matter. Or I'll tell my wife to drive on.
Yeah.
But yeah, should be. I still haven't dug into that card, like I told you, the top rank card, but there's some good matchups there. And of course, they got their top ranked prospects that should get the dub. There's a couple that are iffy though, that I gotta look into, but we'll see. It's gonna be a lot of bets for me in boxing, man. I got one play, and it's a big one for UFC. Brought him on, but I think that might be my only play for UFC. But we'll see.
Yeah.
Thank you, Dirty Rag. Everybody in the chat. Catch up on a couple of things and see if they got any questions in the chat. Yeah, Brahma, you're right, man. I could see that could be an outcome too, a split decision. Not the right winner wins, you know what I mean? Hopefully that doesn't happen. Because you don't want to see that. This is my thing. A lot of people think like that because, rematch clause. Big fight. The odds are even. But like I said, usually when this big of a fight with the odds like this, usually there's a dominant winner. And people don't want to see that. For undisputed heavyweight, who the hell wants to see a draw? For all the titles, and then you got to wait again. Yeah. You get what I'm saying? Like, they can't fuck this up. Like, the judges can't, the fighters can't. Like, somebody's got to win here, like, clearly, or at least, like, pretty decent.
Yeah, no, no disagreement from me. We'll move on. Best bet. Feel like there's only one bet to make. Danny, I'll let you take the floor.
I would say 2, but I'm more confident in Usyk. I do have Obatai by knockout, but I got Usyk at plus 100, even money. Yeah, I think he gets it done, man. He's just too crafty, too slick, he's too much, man. He's too polished for Fury, bro. Like, we'll see what happens because it's heavyweight. Like when it comes to heavyweight or light heavyweight, anything can happen. One punch can definitely change the fight. So I got Usyk money line.
Yeah, I'm right there with you, Oleksandr Usyk, to get the job done to defeat Tyson Fury. Hopefully, we don't have a Hasim Rahman, Lennox Lewis situation with a crazy, one punch knockout. And then,
but that was a big upset, though. That was like this one is like, if it happens, we'll be like, oh shit, because a lot of people, like, you would think it goes the distance, right?
Yeah, I mean, that's why I'm not. I just, I hate to bring up, bad news, but like with the Canelo fight, he dominated the fight, won the decision. Arguably could have got him out of there. We'll see. But when you get like kind of cute with it, you can get burned, and I don't want anyone getting burned. Mario Barrios for 20. Mario Barrios, good performance with the busted up eye there.
You deserve that. Blaze up.
Yeah. Says it has him at even money. So there you go.
Some books already got him the favorite. I mean, it's going up and down. Like, they got Fury minus 110, plus 100, and then, Usyk plus, minus 110, 115. It's like, I think it's going to go the same way all week. It's going to go up and down.
That's where I'll give like Dirty Rag like credit because he said like he doesn't think it's a good betting fight, but it is a good betting fight because
I do.
They're getting action from both ways, and if you get a winner, you're not paying the juice.
I think he means like not sports book wise, which you're right. I agree. Yeah. I think he meant like us, like people like betting the fight. I disagree because, the last time you got Usyk at plus odds was Joshua won.
Yeah,
I gotta take it again, bro. Like,
it's just like it's like going.
It's like when you had Crawford. If you had Tank Davis,
boxing. I'll do Max Holloway was.
Max Holloway. Oh my God, that was one of my better bets.
Holloway is a better technical striker than Justin Gaethje. Granted, it's MMA, it's not boxing, but
styles make fights.
Yeah, so that's kind of what we're talking about. Dirty Rag was saying, "Too even to me, I don't know who to pick." Yeah, I mean, if you like Fury, like Fury, yeah,
right. If you don't have a good read on it, then that's a clear pass. But I personally do. But don't force anything, man. I always try to tell people like just because it's a big fight, and if you don't have a good read on it or whatever, if you want to tell somebody, respect their opinion, then that's fine. If you want to do props like that, Matt W has Tyson Fury around 7-12 plus 550, money line for sure. He said, but if you want to do like big plus money odds, which they're gonna go crazy with the props. They always throw some crazy. Where's Dixon at? That's what
Dixon Snyder. Two each fighter to get knocked down, one guy to get a cut above his eye, plus 6,000. Not for me. But that'll do it for us, guys. That was the best bet. We'll for sure return next week. Next week, at the very least, we will recap the Usyk Fury fight and likely the Navarrete fight as well. I believe we have. I forget his name. The
Jack Taylor and
Catterall.
Catterall and Taylor. Yeah.
Yeah, Catterall and Taylor. So that'll do it for us, guys. If you guys could leave a like, drop a comment down below on your thoughts on these fights, who you got winning, and if you're a new member, very much appreciated. If you'd like to become a member, join the Pub Sports Radio membership program. $10 a month for gold. Horse races twice a week to get money in your pocket. Dirty Reg, last comment. Bud Crawford over the guy who's fine too at any odds. Yeah, got it. That's in August. Got to look more into that fight.
Yeah, I didn't. There's no odds. I didn't see anything. Well, I didn't see any. I didn't really look. But
I'm pretty sure he'll be a pretty big favorite.
yeah,
so.
let's see.
Yeah.
Don't sleep on the guy. He's fine though. He's
Madrimov or whatever. Danny, any closing thoughts?
No, man. Well, yeah. Let's enjoy this fight, boys. Like I said, man, this is history. We haven't seen this in like over 25 years. Heavyweight undisputed, man. This is huge. And another thing is, man, even though I'm on the Usyk side, he's there's a reason why he's on the pound for pound list. And this is gonna be the third guy in the last couple of years to be undisputed in 2 weight classes. Crawford, Inoue, and now Usyk, in my opinion. So hopefully it's a great card, which I think it is. There's some good fights. Like I said, Opataya. Obviously the main event is gonna be great. Follow me on Twitter, IG at Danny Bits. I just launched my Patreon for the first time. I'm putting all my boxing bets there at Danny Bets there. And yeah, let's get this dub, man. Hopefully Usyk does it for us, man. Hopefully it's 9-12 because I got 9-12 plus 1100, by the way.
There we go. Don't disagree there. Oleksandr Usyk gets the job done, becomes undisputed, and we will see you guys next week for another exciting edition of the main event. Talkin Hands. See you guys. Peace.